Hi guys, in the previous lecture I am going to continue from here. Last in the last lecture I had covered up to this point. Yeah. There are three types of points after the Dbscan testing is complete. There are three types of points after the Dbscan testing is complete. There are three types of points after the DUV scan clustering is complete. Noise point, code point, border point, and minimum point 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 4 point, 4 point, 4 point. Border point, border point, border point, border point, border point, border point, border point. Noise point, noise point, noise point, noise point, noise point, minimum points. There are three types of points after the linear scale clustering is complete. Four. This is a point that has at least m points within distance from L. This is a point that has at least m points within distance n from itself. 4 means understand the meaning. This is a point that has at least m points within distance and from itself. A point is a core point if it has more than a specified number of points, minimum points within epsilon. These points belong in a dense region and are at the interior of a cluster. Border, border. This is a point that has at least one core point at a distance n. This is a point that has at least one core point at a distance n. This is a point that has at least one core point at a distance n. Border. This is a point that has at least one core point at a distance n. A border point has fewer than minimum points within distance, but is in the neighborhood of the goal point. A border point has fewer distance, minimum point within distance, but is in the neighborhood of the goal point. Twice. This is a point that is neither a goal point nor a border, and it has less than m points within distance and from itself. First point. This is a point that is neither a core nor a border, and it has less than m points within distance and from itself. This is a point that is neither a core point nor a border, and it has less than m points within distance and from itself. Dbscan density at point P means number of points within a circle of radius epsilon. Epsilon means distance. Dbscan density based density based scalability application of noise. Dbscan density at point P, number of points within a circle of radius epsilon, a dense region, a circle of radius epsilon that contains at least minimum points, a circle of radius epsilon that contains at least minimum points, a circle of radius epsilon that contains at least minimum points, a circle of radius epsilon that contains at least minimum points, a circle of radius epsilon that contains at least minimum points, density is P place an edge between two core points Q and P if they are within distance epsilon. Density corrected. Point P is density. A point P is density connected to a point if Here is a path of H from P to Q. Algorithmic steps. Algorithmic steps. What does it mean? The algorithm proceeds by arbitrarily picking up a point in the dataset until all points have been visited. Second, if there are at least minimum points within a radius of epsilon to the point, then we consider all these points to be forced to be part of the same cluster. The clusters are then expanded by the, cur- the, the clusters are then expanded by recursively repeating the neighborhood calculation for each neighboring point. Label points are core, border, and noise eliminate noise points. For every core point P that has not been assigned to a cluster, create a new cluster with the point P and all the points that are density connected to P. Assign border points to the cluster of the closest core point. Parameter estimation. For Dbscan, the parameters epsilon and minimum points are needed. Minimum points. As a rule of thumb, a minimum points can be derived from the number of dimensions in the dataset. Minimum points greater than equal to d plus 1. Minimum points equal to 1 does not make any sense. Minimum points less than 2, the result will be the same as of hierarchical clustering with the single link meeting with the dendrogram at height epsilon. Minimum point must be union at least 3. The value for epsilon can then be chosen by using a k-distance graph, plotting the distance to the k-mini distance nearest neighbor ordered from the largest to the smallest value. Complex complexity A and log n best case n squared words case. Advantages of Dbscan is great at is great at separating clusters of is great at separating clusters of high density versus clusters of low density within a given dataset. It's great with handling clusters within the dataset. Disadvantage of Dbscan. It does not work well when dealing with clusters of different densities. While Dbscan is great at separating high density clusters from low density clusters, Dbscan struggles with clusters of similar density, struggle with high dimensionality data. Original points type 4 border and noise. Thank you guys. I'm going to conclude the today lecture here itself. If you have any doubt and queries, write in the comment box.